Do you think just eating a raw Tide Pod? Like, what do you think of that?
What?
Yes, bro. Don't trust me with the gun, bro. I think he brought peace to my family when I was dealing with like some seizures, because I just woke up with a bloody face and like rashes and all over my face, and it just was not a good sight.
We should start out with our handshake.
Oh yeah, handshake?
You want to do it? It's kind of hard to do when we're far away.
Yeah. That was good.
That was an insane handshake.
Wasn't that cool?
0 contact.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Did you go to the football game?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you're a big sports guy, right?
I love sports.
So you're a University of Idaho student, not to dox you, but that's what you are, right?
I am, yeah.
You are wearing Vandals sweatpants and a shirt. Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah. You got to represent.
I didn't go. Was it fun?
I think it was one of those games where it was like, it started off fun because we were doing so good, but then it got a little boring just because we did so good.
Okay,
where we were just destroying them, and we just couldn't.
It wasn't like a.
There was like no excitement.
Game,
like you knew it was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
What was the final score?
It was 41-13, and it was once 41-3. So yeah, we definitely scored a lot, and then yeah,
Do you play football?
I did in high school. It actually was like my dream to be a professional player, but
heck yeah.
The thing is, I just like, I got involved with like I didn't walk on because I forgot my freshman year, and then my freshman year in college, I got involved with a group called Chi Alpha. You were also part of that group.
So true.
But that group, and then after that year, because I like got involved with it so much, and I got closer to God more, I felt like if I did football my sophomore year, it would kind of get in the way of my religion and my love for Christ, like my devotion for Christ. And I feel like that is the thing I don't want. So I feel like me stepping away from football is kind of just, that's just how it's going to have to work, because I want to spend,
How did you come to that conclusion?
Well, I don't know. My freshman year, like start of freshman year, I was still thinking about doing it my sophomore year, just because I think the walk-on tryouts are in February. And then the thing is, that was when everything in Chi Alpha was happening, and I just loved like the community in Chi Alpha, and I loved having those like friends. And I was like, if I become a football player, I don't think I will have any time for Chi Alpha, and this is where I feel the most home, and this is where I feel like I have the most family. So if I would have left, I would have been kind of just saying goodbye to my family, and I didn't want to do that. So I was like, dude, I want to.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, what kept you from football then freshman year?
I think I just, the walk-on tryouts were February. So I couldn't, wasn't really the best at putting my name out there. In high school, I wasn't like sending my football highlights to recruiters or anything. So I think I just did a bad job at that. I think if I was actually on top of that, I probably could be playing for the Vandals right now. Yeah. But it's just, I wasn't on it. I just wasn't, I don't know. I just got unmotivated, I guess, at the end of high school, and I just wasn't in it mentally. Yeah.
Cool. It's cool to see then how God has kind of led you to now. That's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah.
So I guess no regrets then?
No regrets. I love where I'm at right now. I'm like, last year at the start of my freshman year, I kind of wasn't even really close to God. Didn't have a devotion to Him.
Yeah.
But but then I got a random text from the campus ministry director, Derek, and he sent me a text saying, "Hey, we have Wednesday night fellowship." So then I went, and then I think I got involved with a life group. Jeremy, he is a very nice and loving guy, and he just is, I don't know. And he and I had a one-on-one at like the very first or second week that I was a part of Chi Alpha, and we talked about our schedule, and he showed me that I have no scheduled time for the Lord. And then so he and I went over a schedule together on how to implement God time, daily God time, and daily devotionals on how, and then I started reading the Bible from the start of Genesis and all the way, and me just doing that every day like really opened up my eyes. And then it honestly led me to get baptized in May, because that, like, just being with God every day just helped me realize I want to be with Him.
Yeah.
And I want to just devote my life to Him. So I think that led me to my baptisms and my baptism in May, and I just haven't looked back since. So yeah.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's actually so rad.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for the community in Chi Alpha, I probably still would be in a dark place. I think I would just kind of be like no devotional, no anything without Him, without the community of Chi Alpha, and without the people, or without God. So yeah. And then I don't know, as I said earlier, it's they're like a family to me.
It's like, where were you then before?
I was a sinner.
Amen, dude.
I was I was cursing. I was like just doing bad things. I was just living a life that was undevoted to the Lord. I was still going to church every Sunday, but I was just treating it as like a checkbox, and that was just not a good way to live my life. So I would always say I was a Christian, but then I was really not a Christian. So I was kind of just lost.
Yeah, same, dude.
And then I think because they contact me, I'm found now. I just know who I am.
That's so rad, dude. Jeremy is such a goober for sure. I've been having one-on-ones with him this year.
Yeah.
Since I'm a facilitator now.
Yeah.
It's been super fun, bro.
How has that been, your facilitating?
Good. It's been exciting. It's a lot. It's been fun. I don't know. It's a lot, but it's not too much.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. The one-on-ones have been probably my favorite part so far. I literally am trying to do this for a job, just to have like a one-on-one conversation with people.
Yeah.
So the one-on-ones have been really fun. Especially we have a lot of guys in our life group that aren't fully sold on Jesus, if that makes sense. They haven't fully accepted Him as as their Lord and Savior. So it's not only that, but we have Abir as well, which he's
the GOAT.
Yeah, but he's a Muslim.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to have him involved and kind of seeing his curiosity and or willingness to be open to it.
Yeah.
It's been really fun, dude.
How challenging has that been, though?
It's been, well, right now, I'm never trying to preach on him or anything.
Yeah.
So it's not something that has really brought up conflict. If anything, I've just been trying to understand where he's coming from and his own perspective, especially of Islam. Because I don't really know that much about it. So I've been trying to learn about it through him in a sense of his testimony, I guess. But for Islam, right? He's so far away from home because he's Bangladeshi.
Yeah.
He's talked to me a lot about his relationship with his family and how he's kind of here because of it, you know. And there's a lot of pressure on him for sure. So it's kind of interesting then to see his relationship with his God and then his willingness to experience our God, if
Yeah.
you will, and kind of how that correlates with his family and why he's here. And it's been really cool. It's been really fun to talk to him. I need to talk to him more. He hasn't been to the life groups. He went to the first one, and then after the first week, he wasn't able to show up. And he texted me out of the blue and was like, "Yo, how you doing?" I'm like, "Good, dude. How about you?" And he's like, "I am switching around my schedule so that I'm able to come on Tuesdays."
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like,
So
wow.
he hasn't shown up since I think it's after this midterm for the quarter, something like that, where he'll be able to actually show up.
Yeah.
But he's like putting forth the effort. You know, it's not a one-way relationship. It's been really fun to be with
Yeah.
him. Then I got him hooked up with Fall Breakaway. So he's going to be there.
Dude, that is so cool.
It's going to be pretty sick. I told him all about it, that we're like, there's going to be a lot of Bible stuff and worship. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm sold. I want to go."
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's exciting, dude.
Yeah. How many people do you have?
In our life group?
Yeah, in your life group, yeah.
I don't know the exact number. It's every single week, it's like half of them are not coming and then half of them are. So the actual meetings have been smaller than the actual group that we have. But Will's got like all the ROTC fellows.
Oh, wow.
And then we got another 6 or 7 guys that aren't in the ROTC.
Yeah.
So we probably have about 13, 14-ish names.
Oh, wow.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
If even, I guess. Maybe more like a 12. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have to go through and count them all. But it's been, it's been the right amount.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I don't know, because I do believe that God is just like orchestrating it all.
Yeah.
So it's been really fun to see who and how and why people are even in our group. It's kind of interesting to see who stuck, who didn't, who.
Yeah.
It's kind of I really do believe that like the right people. There was a lot of people that I thought I had a good relationship with that were going to join my life group, and then they ended up joining another guy's life group.
Yeah.
It's like I could either choose to feel bad about it or just understand that that's probably where God wanted them. It's not a, or maybe he even used my relationship to make them feel more connected that then got them into that life group. I don't know. It's like, it's really cool. It's really cool to see who ended up in my life group and how I've been building a relationship with those guys.
Yeah.
And how it feels right. I don't feel like anybody feels misplaced. And if they do, it's been like, I guess they just don't. I don't know. It kind of feels cool. How about you, dude? Mr. Facilitator.
I am, I think, 11 people in my life group. Yeah, and it's been great. It's a lot of returners, and
yeah,
so
nice.
it's kind of easy but hard at the same time. So like it's easy to like understand and get the schedule, but it's hard to really think about like how to just make the messages or like the studies meaningful to them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's meaningful, but like I want to make it a better discussion.
You want to learn.
Yeah, we're kind of at a point where we're struggling to get the
scratch the itch of growing. Even
yeah,
it's kind of you can become very complacent. In faith, especially after like I'm like a year and a month in now of giving my life to Christ.
Yeah.
And it's like the excitement. The last Wednesday night was really cool. I really liked it. And then the Sunday sermon at Real Life, they kind of went toe and toe, in my opinion. Or like the Wednesday night was talking about kind of reigniting that flame you have with Christ.
Yeah.
And the Sunday sermon at Real Life, can't quote it or anything, but I remember it feeling the same way. And it's just kind of it's like I want that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like right after giving your life to him, it was I was pumping, dude. I was excited. I was itching real bad. I was trying to learn everything that I could about Christ, and it kind of perfectly coincided with my joining of the Chi Alpha, and getting into that family that you've described. It's been really fun now. That's kind of shaped my growth over the past year and like a month. But it's definitely my excitement for it, or even the novelty of it, has definitely died off, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it feels like when you get into a relationship, there's a time period. What is that called? The honeymoon phase. Yeah, it's like I had a honeymoon phase with Jesus, and now it's like I need to put, now it's the commitment part of like still putting the effort in, still believing that he's there, even if I don't feel that same way, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
I don't know if you felt the same.
I think I have I think at least when it comes to our life group, it's very, how do I say this? It's very hard to get across like good questions because a lot of them like already know, like we have Finn, who is very like theologically, like he knows a lot about theology and the Bible, and I think it's just like it's a little challenging to like kind of ask him these questions when like ask questions that have multiple wrong answers, and then him kind of
just getting it right off the get-go.
I don't know, we're trying to build discussions and it's kind of challenging to I don't know, we also have a lot of quiet people in our group where we just are very soft spoken, and it's like we have 11 people and I would say probably 6 or 7 of us actually talk, and probably 5 of us are just sitting there and reading the Bible, which is good, but I don't know. I kind of want more discussion, and it's hard to just achieve that when when half of the group is quiet. So,
have you ever thought about like doing a different dynamic of? I don't know how to do that. That is a challenge.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of more newish fellas, so it's been fun to. We're reading through John.
Oh yeah.
Just because we want to get the gospel,
That's
it's
good.
Like we just we need to really. I want to show them who Jesus is. Who Jesus is and what he's offering,
Yeah.
What's a better way to do that than a gospel? So
yeah, we're reading through Luke, and
good stuff.
Luke is pretty good. We are like kind of talking about at least tonight. I have a life group, and we're going to be talking about the Luke chapter 6, where like we have to love our enemies, and in our life group, there are definitely some people who have not hatred, but disliking towards others. Like, I don't know.
They're just racist or something?
Not racist, but I feel like they are definitely, like, they definitely dislike some other religions. Like, they just think it's absolutely wrong, which I'm not disagreeing, but I'm also not agreeing. Like, I think that needs to be...
Yeah,
I think
like
we just need to show love to everyone, and I think that's what this study is going to talk about. We're just where we have to like show love to everyone, no matter what religion, what like race, what sexuality. I think we just need to show them that they can be loved, and show them that we have to be the ones that love them.
That's how we stand out.
Yeah,
that's how we're different.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be good. We are. I feel like this one is gonna be a lot where people open up, and which is good because it's gonna be very discussion based, and I'm hoping there's gonna be some more people that talk instead of just like the 5 or 6 that the usuals. So,
have you ever thought about going into the Old Testament?
I don't know. We would think if we were doing Old Testament, it would kind of probably have to be like Samuel or Isaiah. Isaiah's pretty good. I'm actually reading through that right now. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to go in the Old Testament. I mean, it's not hard, but like it's definitely harder than the New Testament, just because you get to talk about Jesus, our Lord and Savior, and then in the Old Testament, it kind of talks about the laws, and like what we need to follow, which is good. But a lot of people there's not too much to like actually have a discussion about. It's just what we need to follow, and
maybe you would want to try and make like I guess it's called a topical study, I think, right? Where
Yeah.
you kind of like jump around with a specific theme that you're trying to get across.
Yeah.
Would be what I've always wanted to do is go to the Old Testament and see if I can try and find the parallels in the Old Testament that kind of perfectly coincide with either the prophecy of Jesus or just perfectly coincide even with the story of Jesus.
Isaiah does a great job with the prophecy of Jesus. It's definitely a pretty good it talks about like that there will be a savior and he will come and he will I guess just save us from our depression, or not depression but our bad ways. And in Isaiah 2 it talks about Jesus. In Isaiah chapter 11 it talks about the offspring of Jesse, and Jesse is David's dad, and it talks about that Jesus, the offspring of Jesse will come and he will save us.
Yeah.
And then in the New Testament, there it is. He shows it's Jesus, and Jesus saves everyone, and he saves us. So, yeah.
What do you think happened to the people before Jesus? Like the Gentiles before Jesus? I actually don't know. Were they just like screwed for salvation? There was just no hope for them? Was it only limited to the Jews?
I think it's hard to say, but I think Jesus just showed them the good life or the pure life, and then I think he was able to forgive the sinners and give them a new life, kind of. I think he.
Well, what about the people before Jesus? What do you mean?
I think, like, are you talking about the people that died before Jesus?
Like Old Testament people? Yeah, died before Jesus. Yeah.
Okay, I think they. It's hard. I think they probably.
I don't know, like biblically what that says.
I think they probably went to hell, or I don't know. It's hard to say.
John, look up what does the Bible say about people who, like the Gentiles before Christ? Like, was it Jews then who only had?
I don't really have access to the internet. My phone's like giga-dead.
Do you want my phone?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Throw it. I'll catch it. I would totally catch it, by the way.
I think you should trust him.
Yeah.
Why don't you just look it up?
Let me just look it up.
Okay. It suddenly became fearful. My phone. I don't think it is very explicit about that.
You know what? You look it up.
I don't know what I'm looking up. I think it is fairly explicit that the Jews are God's chosen people, and so it would be,
Yeah.
damnation and separation.
Yeah, they're all screwed.
What?
I'm so glad. It's kind of fun to be a Gentile.
They might be cooked. It's
It's kind of too bad.
Yeah.
Like literally cooked.
They literally might be cooked. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, so for you then, you said it was May? It was the barbecue party thing, right?
Yeah. We
unfortunately,
at the end of the
was not
year
able to
we
go to.
had a barbecue and baptism party.
Mm-hmm.
I gave my testimony, and then I shared.
Cool.
And then I got baptized in the Hell's Gate, which is basically the Snake River.
Mm-hmm. Down Lewiston.
Yeah. Yeah. So
awesome to be baptized in the Hell's
it
Gate.
it was the best experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's also better when your family's there, my actual family and Chi Alpha. My other.
They were all there, dude.
Yeah, like
that's rad.
my parents were there, my grandparents were there,
Mm-hmm.
and my uncle
Eric
Eric is the goat.
Amen, dude.
Yeah, but we I don't know why I called him Eric. He's my grandpa. I don't know. But,
I'll call him Eric.
But a lot of my family was there, and it was just so good to just hug them after I finally took that step, and it just see all that support, love and support.
Yeah, dude.
Just like actually, yeah, it felt so good just to, I guess, just experience just that cold hug, that because it was so freezing, and then just them to like cry tears of joy, and just
it's the coldest yet warmest hug ever. That's kind of cool.
It was the best, like 4 or 5 hugs that I've given ever, and it definitely felt like I was renewed after.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you know about my testimony, but I did like a little self-baptism thing. So I don't know if I can call it a baptism. If it kind of depends on your definition of it, because if it's supposed to be a public proclamation, I don't think I did a public proclamation.
What did you do?
Just me alone.
Did you do it in like a bathtub?
No, no. We'll talk about it here in a second.
So
Dylan's got some answers.
I was looking into it. Abraham wasn't Jewish. He was a Gentile, right?
Oh.
Like, oh?
So
I didn't know that.
I think I did know that.
Jews didn't become a race until Abraham. Abraham was the father.
Oh, same with the Arabs, right?
Sons.
It's Ishmael and Isaac's descendants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Isaac's are the Jews
essentially,
and Ishmael's the Arabs.
Similar to in Job when God says, "Where were you when I made the world?" Right? We have no idea where those people ought to have gone. But since Abraham simply was a Gentile, God can draw anyone to him, right? Looking at the heart rather than... And when it says, the Jews are God's chosen people, he chose them, I imagine, less so just because they were the ones who were going to be in heaven with him.
Yeah.
Explicitly, but that they were the ones to guide the story that he wanted to tell.
Yeah.
Leading into... because he needed an example of man to show how we're all messed up,
Well, yeah, and Jews throughout history are like the worst against God. Like they are the worst people. Gentiles have always been a little bit more friendly to God than the Jews have.
That's such a crazy sentence because we're exactly like the Jews.
Well, I think it's a testament to how merciful God is, and how forgiving He is.
But how
He chose His people to be the worst of all, pretty much. Cool. I think
the flip-flopping that the Israelites go through it's like a unified voice that is so similar to what we do individually nowadays. So I believe, it's not really on us to know where those people went. I think one dude on here said they will have their chance in what we call heaven to accept or reject Christ. That is a Mormon, for sure.
Or Catholic with purgatory, right?
No, because it says in what we call heaven. That's in what we call heaven. Random Mormon dude on this r/Christianity. It's Reddit. And the whole thing about Mormonism is once you get up there, you can either decide or reject Jesus. It's really hard to go to hell in Mormonism.
You just get the choice?
Yeah, you just get to pick after you die.
Oh, wow.
So you have to be a real idiot to end up in hell if you're Mormon.
What happens if you just choose no? Do
you just go into what's called outer darkness. That's hell essentially. So whatever. Mormons are fucked up.
I don't believe any of that.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't think so, bro?
I mean
the wonderful prophet of Joseph Smith.
I mean,
You're not a fan?
I don't think so. I don't know. I come from a family who is very prominent Christian. Mm-hmm. So I kind of, I don't know. Like they don't ever want me to even get involved with Mormon or something. You know my grandpa. He's
smart, dude.
He's smart.
Yeah, you don't want to get involved with the Mormons.
He's very blunt. I think one time
that's good.
I think one time we showed up to their house and there was a Mormon trying after we got home from church, and there was just 2 Mormon kids, and he just basically said no, and then he basically told them that they need to start living a different lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's very blunt, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But like, I don't know.
Brad.
Yeah,
When
Brad.
they answer, when he thinks that we're blacklisted now here because when Brad opened the door for some Mormons, he was just like, yeah, you guys, Joseph Smith is a false prophet, and you guys
That's
believe
good.
in a false god. Like,
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny, dude, just to be blunt with them.
Nice.
And then what's funny is the story goes how they left and came back with another Mormon, and then they left and came back with another one. So by the end there was like a group of 5 of them, and he just said the same things. And
Wow.
then they just stopped showing up.
Was it one like the first guy? Did he come every time?
I don't know. I don't know. You'd have to ask Brad.
Because if so, dude, that's crazy how you just keep coming back and just get the same results.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I don't know.
Well, their book doesn't hold up like the Bible does.
Yeah.
It simply doesn't. So when then there's a disagreement, I think you've talked about it. When
Finn did call it a heresy, and I mean,
yeah,
it is.
It's
It is.
blasphemy, dude.
It's just not.
Yeah.
It's just.
It's completely different.
Man, like flesh and blood.
Yeah.
They assume that it makes logical sense that since we're made in his image, that he would have to be flesh and blood, right?
Yeah.
That's illogical in every facet. You have to be outside of flesh and blood to create flesh and blood. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. I feel bad for if there's any Mormons.
I don't know how.
I don't feel bad.
Wow.
Well, I'm not going to be like, you guys can believe whatever you want to believe. No, dude, it's false.
I think, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like, I'm not dogging on, I'm not insulting Mormons. I don't believe in their doctrine. I think it's false. I think it's a false doctrine spread by Satan, dude.
Yeah.
Like, hear my warning, please, if you're listening to this as a Mormon. Like, look into it. There's many, many, many sources and reasons why people dog on Mormonism all the time. It's because it's so blatantly false.
Yeah.
It's literally just a social pressured and indoctrinated cult. People who join the Mormon church, my best friends growing up were a Mormon family who practiced polygamy.
Yeah.
So I've been exposed to it as a child. And basically my best friend's mom, one of the wives, has now separated from that family and in the Mormon church and has become a Christian. Along with their kids, super massive W. Love you, Michelle. Shout out. But so hearing her talk about the Mormon church, it's very clear the corruption inside of it and or the pressures of it, because they will ruin your life when you try to leave. They threaten your whole family pretty much.
Is that what they did to Michelle?
You get exiled from the family.
Is that what they did to Michelle?
They did a lot of things to her, bro. Especially if you're trying to leave and you're not like fully sure if you want to, they will like come and like they bring you to this course. They're selling mail letters to you, stuff like that. They kind of just bombard you.
Wow.
They make sure that you can't leave. For Michelle's instance, it was more a social pressure of I can't tear apart the family because if I leave the church, then it's as if I'm now exiled from the family. So you kind of have to stay. It's not a choice at that point. It's not a real belief, I guess.
Yeah.
So her daughter Christina, the staff member. That's actually crazy. Yeah, the staff member at Chi Alpha, Christina, is her daughter. She was best friends with my sister, who then brought her to a youth group and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With the more actual Christianity rather than Mormonism. And she came to faith, and then through her, her mom kind of ended up coming to faith, and then through that, it's like the rest of all the other kids in that family are kind of, finding their own path and stuff. It's kind of cool. It's really cool. It's been fun to see as I watch my friends kind of go through this journey. Super cool, dude. Super fun. I don't respect Mormons. Or Mormonism rather. Mormons are cool. They're kind of it makes it really hard and confusing because they're like the nicest people.
Yeah.
They're really fun. Dude.
I don't know why, but when in freshman year of college, I was a little ignorant, and I was approached by 2 Mormons, not knowing that they were Mormons. To be honest, I was very dumb at that time, and I even like agreed to go on a tour in Mormons, and I was like, without knowing it was Mormon church, and then I show up, and it's literally completely like about the prophets and about like, hey, we do baptism every week. We do not baptism, communion every week. We do baptisms every month. I don't know. I know it's just like that just isn't right. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then
Get that gut feeling.
yeah. Yeah, and then
that Holy Spirit being like, this isn't it, dude.
yeah, and then so I immediately left, and I was like, yeah, this isn't it. So I'm gonna, and then like I think like a week later, I found Derek texted me. So I'm glad because
Cool, dude.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So
Yeah.
your family then has always been Christian. So like, why weren't you? I guess, or maybe they weren't always.
I think my family was always Christian, always doing the right things. I think it was just the people I hung out with at high school. So like my best friends, who they were not Christians, and they were sinning every chance they got. And I think I just didn't have enough strength to not get like influenced by them. So I just kept doing what they did, where they were like being mean to people. Well, not like mean, but like, I don't know. And they were like,
I kind of know what you're saying. I think.
Yeah.
Just a rough crowd. It was more about you than it was them, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was more, making fun of people at their own expense, I guess, to a degree.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. I'm trying to relate to what you're saying.
I think it's just, I think it was kind of like gossip. We would talk bad about people, or we would make fun of people behind their back. And it was just not a good presence.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, but I would still like always go to church every Sunday, but it would just be like a to-do list, like, and it just would, I don't know. It felt like I was just, I don't know. It felt like I was just living doing the bare minimum and to get into heaven. So I was like, I gotta change this up. This is not working for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said, like the moment I got there, I changed and I got involved. I tried to get involved in a lot of like Christian groups, and then Chi Alpha was the one that stuck with it.
What do you think it means to be a man of God?
I think a person that is devoted to Christ and thinks that Christ is the reason that they are in that place, and just I think person that just knows that Christ is just the Lord and Savior, and that He is the one that is always providing for us. And I don't know, just being a part of that kingdom and just replicating what He did for us in like in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
So you kind of talked about how Christ has kind of led your life to the here and now.
Yeah.
Where do you think He's taking you after this?
After college, or what?
Yeah, sure.
I think I'm gonna, at least the rest of college, I'm gonna be a facilitator and try to just
You're sticking around Moscow?
I might I don't know. I think I might move back to Spokane just because more money, but also more rent. I don't know. I love Lewiston. So
really?
Lewiston's pretty good.
I can see a family down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. My family's down there, and it's just a small city, so it's like,
you got things to do, but it's not too big or annoying.
Yeah. I think if I had to choose, it would probably either be Lewiston or Moscow that I would choose. And then I might I don't know, I'll probably get involved with like a church, like volunteering, and then I'll probably try to do like a cybersecurity job down in Lewiston or Moscow, whichever one has more opportunities.
Yeah, so. Rad. What's your major, dude? I don't even know.
Here's the thing. I'm a software engineer, technically. When I got to college, I wanted to be like a video game designer, and the closest thing to that was software engineer. So I just I wanted to be a video game designer, but then as soon as college started, I played significantly less video games, and I just had no time for that, and I was like, dude, I don't know if I want to be a video game designer because by the time I get done with this, I don't think I'll be able to say that I play video games a lot, so I wouldn't know what to. I don't play
video games pretty much at all anymore.
I don't think they would want a non-video game player to make video games for them, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, so then I just kept it at software engineer the whole first year, and then
might as well at that point.
Yeah, and then I talked to one of my friends from high school who also goes to University of Idaho, and he's like, yeah, I have a friend that is a cybersecurity major, and his schedule wasn't that bad. So I'm like, dude, I might have to do it because I am not a huge fan of software engineering, and cybersecurity is about the same classes, but a little less. Like the math classes you take aren't as hard because I think in software engineering you have to go through Calc 3, differential equations, linear algebra, all that jazz.
That's too much for me, though.
And in software engineering, I only have to go up to Calc 2.
There you go.
Calc is short for calculator. So yeah, I don't know. And then I was like, dude, I might have to do that just because more opportunities, more pay. Easier schedule, like it was
infinite positives.
Yeah, like there was no reason why I shouldn't do it.
So have you done that?
I emailed my advisor and said, hey, I'm thinking about changing my major. So then I'm taking a schedule for cybersecurity, but like I technically haven't switched to cybersecurity yet.
Yeah.
So like I'm still technically a software engineer guy.
So are you taking classes then right now that you don't need to
No, I'm taking like a cybersecurity class, computer science.
Okay, cool.
I think either way I would need to take what I'm taking right now for both.
Okay, cool.
So that's why
you're not going to need to backtrack at all.
No, they think I don't know. It's basically the exact same classes for both, but I think cybersecurity is a lot more coding, and in software engineer it's a lot more math. And I was like, okay.
How much do you know about cybersecurity then, especially on I guess it probably depends on your position. You might just be doing it for like a specific company or something, but like an international cybersecurity threat, how much do you know about that with like?
Bro, honestly, I don't know anything about it personally.
Cool.
Literally, I just heard that it was an easy schedule, and I was like, dude, I might have to do it. I kind of took the easy way out, but at the same time, I know that there are a lot of opportunities in cybersecurity. Like everyone needs a cybersecurity guy, so I think there was just a lot more opportunities and a lot more money per year.
Yeah, the harder way isn't always the smarter way, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. So I guess then there's job opportunity probably in Moscow.
I would assume so. I don't know. I probably should like get an intern either this summer or next summer and try to find a good
get your name out there.
Yeah, and then see if there's like a lot of jobs.
Do you think that's what God wants you to do?
I don't know. I haven't really prayed about it yet. I don't know. I would love to be like a minister, but I don't know if I have the tool sets for that.
Well, he'll prepare you.
Yeah.
He'll get you ready for that hour, you know?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I would love to. If it's in the cards, then yeah. But I don't know. I would also love a higher paying job to start off. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Which is very ignorant to say. I don't know. I don't know. I would love to be a minister though. It's just
Why?
Why would I love to be a minister?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just last year was the best year of my life because I got so involved.
Were you a facilitator last year?
No, I was a freshman last year.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So that was both our first year then last year.
Yeah.
Rad. I mean, I'm not a freshman, but I'm not anything, I guess.
You're just...
He's a new man, not a freshman.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was new to Jesus. At least, I wasn't new to him, but I was new in the sense of being committed to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you even get involved in Chi Alpha?
Well, so I grew up with the Sedgwicks, which is Christina, Christina's family, right?
Yeah.
And she's a staff member, and I'm best friends with her little brother. Same way my sister's best friends with her.
Yeah.
So because we were just family friends, right? We lived like right behind each other, so we'd hop the fence and go hang out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun time growing up with the Sedgwicks. So basically then Caleb and I, he's a year younger than me, so by the time he graduated high school, he had a year out. I was 2 years out of high school. Then we moved in together in Pullman, and he was like, yo, Josiah, I'm going to go to my sister's Christian community thing called Chi Alpha, and he's like, you should come along. So then he kind of got me involved that way when I first showed up. Plus, there was, I don't know how much you know about Josiah lore and my testimony and all that, but those 2 years, dude, out of high school, I was so lonely. I literally had all my friends moved out of Moscow.
Yeah.
I didn't have any coworkers because I worked alone in my room on YouTube. I literally had zero social life, like none. It was my girlfriend and I broke up. So I was also grieving that relationship.
Yeah.
Because I wanted her back. So it was just like it was an awful 2 years. However, those 2 years I grew a lot, especially in what it means to like treat women, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, that relationship, it was actually a big, I guess, man, I'll just rant on about it. My dad, growing up, he was a pastor, except he was hypocritical in the sense that at home he was quite the narcissist and manipulator. I love my father. I'm not going to insult him, but that is what happened. That is, you know, how it was growing up. And so I kind of associated Christ with him because he claimed to represent Christ. My mom did too, though, and my mom's example of Christ completely contradicted his, which is probably why I never closed the door fully on Christianity. But especially then my relationship with women, or at least how to treat them. My example growing up was my father. You know? And so after the divorce happened when I was 12, I got into that relationship probably when I was 16, something like that. I kind of went into it very prideful in the thought that I couldn't fall into those same mistakes my father did because I was aware of it.
Yeah.
Because I was aware of his mistakes. And by the end of the relationship, it's like I was also manipulative and controlling and quite the narcissist. I blamed everything on her. And then so those 2 years was like just me alone in my room reflecting on that. And, you know, by the end of it, it's like everything is literally my fault. Everything in that relationship that went south, all of it was my fault. Every single thing, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was just kind of a plus understanding then how that kind of went south in the sense of, you know, what I did wrong when it comes to actually treating women. So there was a lot of stuff like that. I read a lot of Christian books and stuff, again, because my mom, I never closed the door on Christianity entirely. So I had that example of who Christ was and what it might look like to, you know, I was kind of comparing it, I guess, to a worldly viewpoint of how to treat women and a biblical view.
Yeah.
So kind of eventually, so then I showed up here after coming to Christ, which is that's a huge. I just jumped over a lot of details, but then Caleb, Christina's little brother, got me involved in Chi Alpha, and I was just so pumped to get involved and, you know, really dive into Christ. Yeah, I don't remember my point to saying all that, but you know,
so good.
And then I got super deep into conspiracy theories, which there are reasons on why I did, but I don't know if you're ever a conspiracy theory guy.
I mean, I don't think I would come up with a conspiracy theory, but I think a lot of people, I think it's understandable how people can think that way. I don't know. I feel like I would just need to understand it more to actually get involved with a conspiracy theory that jump on board with a conspiracy.
Do the research.
Yeah.
See if there's evidence that kind of points toward it, and if it's valid evidence. At that.
Like the conspiracy theory that the Earth is flat. It's like I can't even defend that. Like I can't even attempt
for sure, dude.
Can't even attempt to think of something like that. It's like
What about like CIA killed JFK?
I don't know. I haven't done any research on it. But do you think that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Why do you think that happened?
I don't know. It just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you
Well,
you
okay.
got me.
Let me think of things. It's been a long time since I've researched it.
I'm on board.
There's like the magic bullet. There's the
Magic bullet. What is that?
Basically, they claim to have found the bullet that went through his noggin, right?
Yeah.
And it's like not dented. It's like in perfect condition, pretty much. And anybody who shoots bullets knows that bullets deform anytime they hit anything, pretty much. So it just doesn't really add up. Like that evidence for being the bullet just doesn't make sense. Plus, all the eyewitnesses, they talk about how there was multiple shots. It wasn't, what was his name? John Wilkes Booth is Abraham Lincoln's shooter, right? What is the JFK guy's name?
I don't know.
John, whatever. He's in the bathroom at the moment.
It's probably like an Adam.
I don't think so.
Adam Smith.
It's like a James or something.
Brother, it's got to be James.
I don't know, dude.
James, if you're watching this, it was you.
Maybe it's a Nathan, bro.
It might be Nathan.
Okay, I don't know. But all the eyewitnesses kind of differed from the main story that was promoted by the government, right?
Yeah.
Also, there was incentive for the government to get rid of JFK because he was fighting against the industrial military complex. Are you aware of what that is?
I might need a brief description.
So Eisenhower, he made a really cool speech. I love the speech. In fact, if you haven't seen it, look it up and listen to it. It's I think a 15-minute long speech.
Is it the I Have a Dream speech?
No, this is Eisenhower.
Is that the same guy?
I Have a Dream is Martin.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Oh, my apologies.
I'm taking...
Isn't Eisenhower the guy that invented the bomb or something?
He's right after we nuked. He's right after Truman. So Truman...
This show? Truman Show?
No. Yeah. So like RFK... Or what? No. No, Franklin D. Roosevelt. He drops dead. Truman then takes over, nukes Japan twice. Then Eisenhower pops in and he's like, well, this is a warning to the American people. The military-industrial complex is a major threat because basically war makes money and people who want to make money want war. So basically the military-industrial complex is just a promotion of war made by industry and people desiring more money. So it's just kind of there are people then constantly trying to make war happen.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's a good description of it. So Eisenhower makes the speech, yada yada. Some years later, in the 60s, JFK's a thing. And it's like the Cuban Missile Crisis and stuff like that that's going on. And he's like, we are not going to war. You know, the Cold War, all that. And he's like, we are not doing it. And all the people, there's like the Bay of Pigs invasion, stuff like that, which I think is literally a false invasion.
Wow.
Like it's something that was brought to his desk. It's like, look, they're attacking, or we were attacking them, something like that. It was either we attacked them without JFK's approval, or they attacked us, but they didn't really.
And this was fake?
It was all fake.
Wow.
Well, it wasn't. It was fake in the sense of like it wasn't a real invasion. I don't know if that makes any sense. Supposedly, it was supposed to get the. I don't remember. See, I'm not well versed in it. I know things that
you just know things.
Well, I know things that I used to know. You know, it's
So true.
I don't know enough of it to actually put the puzzle piece together, but I have all the. Yeah, well, it's been a few years. All right, it was years ago where I was looking into it, and then I came to the conclusion of the CIA killed JFK, and since then it's like I've just kind of ran with it because I don't remember why necessarily. I remember the evidence pointing towards it very strongly, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's profound.
One I do know more about is the Twin Towers, and I do think that was also if not the CIA, then some form of government.
Wow.
I can tell you why a little bit more on that one.
You should totally.
Should I?
If you want to.
So have you heard of Building 7?
Nope.
So Building 7 is the World Treasury or whatever at the time, something like that, that basically collapsed without a plane hitting it.
Wow.
So New York, Twin Towers get hit by planes. What?
Well, there's 7 buildings, right? So 1, 2.
1, 2, then Building 7. Building 7 is what it's called. It's called Building 7. It's not like 7 buildings went down. It's 3 buildings went down. The World Trade Center and then like the Treasury or whatever. So basically, not only that, but the Pentagon also got hit, right? By supposedly a plane. The official story is a plane. people supposedly, like the survivors or whatever, they were like buried underneath like plane parts and stuff like that. Along with, here's the thing, there's only one footage of the Pentagon being hit by supposedly a plane that has been released to the public, even though the Pentagon is probably the most surveillanced building in the entire world. Like, it is the top thing of the government, you know, like the military even. You know, what goes on in the government or what goes on in the Pentagon needs to be protected.
Yeah.
So the fact that the only footage that we got was from this like car ticket booth that it's like 140p. You can't really tell what's going on, and you see one frame of something, and then it's the explosion, and you can't really tell what it is. It's just a white something shrieking through the air. Basically, what it probably most likely is just a missile, because exactly where it hit. So the day before, I looked it up. I was telling Derek about it in Vietnam, and he didn't believe me. So I looked it up and found the speech. I forget the guy's name and what position he was, but he basically talked about how the Pentagon has lost $2.3 trillion or billion dollars.
I think it was trillion.
$2.3 trillion. They just lost it. They misplaced it somehow. They didn't know how to account for it. Then the next day, the World Trade Center goes down, and the World Treasury, where it was all supposedly stored, went down without a plane hitting it in New York. And the Pentagon, where they were doing the accounting for all the lost money, got hit by a plane also, supposedly.
Wow.
So it's just a huge cover-up. It's what it is. Just a gigantic cover-up. Doesn't really make sense. There's a reason why the other plane that was heading towards the White House didn't actually hit the White House. Like, it doesn't... Because it wasn't needed. It wasn't needed for the story. If anything, it helped the story be more of a terrorist attack than an internal government attack, if that makes sense. It's a... all of it was a cover-up, bro. All of it.
Yeah. What are your sources?
What
are my sources? My butt, dude.
That's good. That's good.
Kind of seems like some government employee accidentally bought $2.3 trillion worth of...
So you're saying you don't casually just lose $2.3 trillion?
I mean, I haven't. I have lost money, though.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know where all my money's going. Do you like Denny's, bro?
I love Denny's like once a month.
No shot.
No,
dude.
I just can't. Like, whenever whenever my grandparents come down to Spokane, they insist on going down to Denny's.
Yes.
Because I mean,
is that Eric, dude?
Eric.
Oh my gosh.
Eric and Raylene.
No way.
Yeah,
I want to go to Denny's with them.
Denny's hits, but like
it does every time.
But they want to go there like 14 times in a weekend, and I'm like, bro, come on.
They are my people, bro. They are my people.
Like literally, they eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. I'm like, okay. Because
if my woman does not like Denny's, she's gone.
Wow.
Because I think my record is 5 times in a week, so I go there often.
Yeah.
I applied actually to work there because supposedly they give their employees free meals. So I think that'd be rad.
Are you just in it for the meal or what?
That's definitely a big incentive, but I also need consistent income.
Yeah.
I haven't posted on my YouTube channel my other one that I've lived off of for the past 3 years and like 5 months.
Wow.
So I need money, and I'm like, I don't really want to make another YouTube channel or YouTube video, so I'd rather go work at Denny's. Yeah. So I applied. We'll see if I get a call back.
So true.
They stopped doing 24 hours because they ran out of like employees.
I haven't gotten called yet, but it was the weekend, so it makes sense why like a manager or something wouldn't be necessarily wanted to hire anybody. But it's Monday today, and I haven't gotten a call or anything. My phone's not. You have my phone.
Resume has like 5 things. I made videos. Did you submit a resume?
I did an application, and they had like 2 slots for past work, and I did my Zips and Jimmy John's. And then the lady came out and was like, so what have you been doing for the past few years? And I'm like, I was self-employed doing YouTube. She was like, oh, okay. Do you know how to cook? And I'm like, well, Jimmy John's, I made sandwiches, and Zips, I cooked. And she was like, okay, we'll call you.
So is that a yes or no?
I don't know. I'm a regular there, right?
Yeah.
So one of the managers, she knows me.
Yeah.
And when I walked in to get my application, I was hoping she was there, but it was another manager that I actually don't know, which I think definitely worked against me. But I'm sure I'll be there sometime this week, and if I run into that manager, I'll be like, "Yo, I actually applied," and I'll just kind of see if I can get my name out there if they don't call me.
Yeah. What do you like, what are your shifts gonna look like?
I want to do night shift.
Would that get in the way of like Chi Alpha stuff?
No, because I would be doing I made sure I had my schedule, like I looked at it and made sure it would work. I would do it like it would be, I don't know about Sunday night, probably not. It'd be like Monday night, Tuesday night,
Saturday night?
and Thursday night.
Wait, isn't Tuesday night your
part-time.
life group?
It's like 27 hours. Tuesday night is, yeah, but I would go in after. So like I would.
Oh, you want to work the very night shift? Like
yeah,
the late.
well, it's open 24/7, so I would be working from 9 to 6 in the morning, and then I would. So like Monday night, I would go in at 9, come home at 6 a.m. on Tuesday, sleep until life group, and then do life group, then go to work again.
Wow.
And then wake up for Wednesday night, and then I'd be chilling. It would just be like I'm waking up and then going to Chi Alpha rather than Chi Alpha being the end of the day kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would work out, and then I'd have consistent income. And if I had consistent income, I could invest into this podcast a little more.
If you work the night shift, do you have to what time do you think will it be over?
What do you mean?
Like, what time would your shift get over?
Oh, 6 a.m.
6 a.m.?
It's 9 to 6.
Do you get paid more for working that shift?
I don't know. I know my mom gets paid more for working the shift at the hospital.
Or is it just tips that you're going to be making? Oh, wait, no, you're
I don't know. I'd be making a wage as a cook.
Yeah.
At least I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know. They could put me in whatever position they want, I guess. But I signed the cook one, so we'll see what happens there. Because we went in last Thursday. That's fine. I'm getting paid. Doesn't really matter.
How much do you want to make?
Well, excuse me. Well, I'm doing a night shift, so the kind of idea is that it'd be really chill. I wouldn't be like cooking too crazy. It'd be like,
Brother, I'm going to show up each hour on the hour.
If you show up, dude, I will make you the best meal you've ever eaten.
Brother, you better.
Yeah.
I'm hungry right now just thinking about it.
And sometimes cooks for restaurants, like the tips can be like they like kind of get divvied out. I know my brother, he worked at Capone's up in Post Falls. Shout out to Capone's, super great food. They all the waitresses and stuff, they would get their tips. I think they keep the majority of it, but then like some of it divvies out to the cooks. And Jeremiah was just a dishwasher, and he got a little bonus as well. So it's it's all like a big, I don't know. I would assume that I'd get some share of it. Maybe not though. Okay, well. Still though, as a waiter, like working night shift, you'd get less money probably than having just a consistent hourly wage, I feel like.
Probably.
That's true anymore.
You don't think so?
No. They're kind of kiboshing that because it's a little unethic.
Unethic. You just say that? Unethic?
What does that mean?
Unethical?
Yeah, well, yeah, but like, what do you mean by that?
It's like, especially in Moscow, you are making a good wage as a waiter, and then you're getting tips on top of it because you're a college student,
I'm not a college student,
you're
though.
not, but everyone else is.
Just act like you're a college student, and then you get paid more.
Well, I'm going to go as a cook. They're going to love me so much. Eventually, I'll just become the manager. It's chill.
Would you... Okay.
That's the goal.
Dude's future.
If you become
then
the
I'll
manager...
franchise out and own a Denny's. I love Denny's enough.
Yeah, Denny's is pretty good. If you become the manager, would you grow out your hair or keep it bald?
I'd keep it bald, bro.
Are you going to keep bald? Like, how long are you going to...
Well, at the end of this month, I don't have my phone. At the end of this month, I will... Actually, I'll probably wait another week and like a half because I'm going to go to a trip to see my family over on the West Coast, Western Washington, and I want to show up bald for that. So after that, I'm going to grow out my hair a little bit. I don't think I'll ever have it as long as I used to, but I do want to try out some short hair with a beard. I
think you look good right now.
Thank you, dude. I'm trying. I still don't have enough hair down the middle.
Wow.
And it's not as full as I'd like it to be, but it's good enough for me to try and grow it out.
Yeah.
And it helps the bald look at least.
It's
so
exquisite, I would say.
Dylan likes it.
I love it. I'd be all over that.
Yeah.
I was a woman.
If Dylan was a woman, I'd put a ring on his finger, dude. Shoot.
Wow.
Dude, if you were a woman, sheesh.
Bro.
Just kidding. If you were a man, bro, I'd still be all over you.
If he was a man.
Big if.
Yeah.
It's 2024. You can't make assumptions. Just kidding. I make assumptions every single time I meet somebody, and I'm not apologetic about it. I don't know. What do you think about that? If you meet a trans person, do you call them by your pronouns? As a Christian, how do you manage that?
not. Here's the thing. If
Okay.
I'm meeting a trans person, I'm probably not gonna want to keep talking to them.
Okay.
Unless it was like a parent's decision, and then they just kind of
A parent's decision.
like a parent. I don't know. Parents are just that woke that they need
Yeah.
a child, and that and then I don't know. They just like, or if it happened young, I can understand it. But like if you're trans, like by choice in your teens, and it's like I don't know if I'm gonna keep talking with you.
So true.
I mean, is that very? Yeah, that's very not Christ-like.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, I
literally wrote a study today about loving your neighbors or loving your enemies, and I just said that. That's my bad.
There's a difference though between avoiding being friends with them and just like not going out of your way to be friends with them, right? Like,
Jesus did go out of his way to be friends with everyone.
it's like that's not what I mean. It's like I don't have a trans friend that I hang out with,
Yeah.
So it's like I'm like, just because I don't have one doesn't make me like a less better Christian, I guess. But if like somehow our shoulders rubbed enough, like let's say I start working at Denny's and there's a trans person working there, it's like I'm not gonna avoid that person. I'm not gonna not be friends with that person. It's just like it hasn't happened. I don't know. But I'm not going to be like, I need to diversify my friends. I don't know. I don't need to go. Yeah. So
true.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
You're the sower,
Sometimes
seed in someone's heart.
sometimes you're the whipper, the washer, and the
Crazy. The whipper.
Whipper's crazy.
That's like a crazy Midwest version of cracker.
dude. That's so good.
Whipper.
Oh, some white slang. You're a whipper, dude. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Whippersnapper is like a.
I guess I shouldn't use the hard R. You're a whipper.
As fuck version of cracker.
Wow.
Whippersnapper.
You're a whipper, bruh.
Whipsnap.
Wow.
Whippersnapper.
You whipper. Oh, that's so good, dude.
Dude,
You
How would,
Snapper,
how
bro.
would you use that in a sentence?
What, whipper? You're my whipper, bruh.
You.
Yeah,
No, that's
maybe.
bad.
My whipper. Hard
Well-
R every time. Oh, my whipper.
Maybe it's more white to use the hard R.
Maybe
So
this
you're
is
my whipper.
Maybe this is so racist.
Is that racist?
I have no idea, bro.
I don't know. Like, have I belittled a race?
Maybe.
Whipper is like in relation to whipping.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But like, who am I
I feel like
whipping?
whipper is arguably worse than cracker.
Yeah. Well, crackers are yummy.
It's like, like
Whipping's generally a bad thing.
Yeah, it is.
Generally.
Sometimes it's not.
But there is some occasions that it's just like,
Is there like, I don't know. Can you like
Family reunions.
whip a like what they use whips for other than torture? Probably like hurting animals. Is that like a good use of whipping?
I don't know. I think Indiana Jones taught us well.
So true. Indiana Jones.
What he did with that
He's a whipper, dude.
He is a whipper.
See, he's a whipper, and that's not like a racist thing then.
Yeah.
So-
It is. It's completely right.
I don't know.
Someone's gonna actually like start boycotting
This
Indiana
podcast?
Jones.
Oh.
No. Like, they're gonna realize, you get a whip. That's racist to own a whip.
That is racist.
It is racist.
White guy with a whip? Down, dude.
Yeah.
Kill him. Lynch him, dude.
Bro, we gotta chill, bro.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, okay.
You good?
I'm just. That's a weird thing to say.
Dude, you're like known for saying out of
I
pocket things all the
am,
time.
bro, but I'm trying to be a changed man, bro.
Oh, my bad. I don't want to be a stumbling block right now.
Dude, that's not okay.
No, it's I do say some pretty bad stuff, but like I don't know. I try not to be racist. I just try to be
Well, what do you think about...
sexist and
Yeah.
homophobic.
Yeah, that's way better.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be racist. Ew. Hate others.
What do you think about gay jokes? And not like making fun of gays necessarily, but like being gay towards homies.
Yeah,
Is
I-
that sinful or is that not sinful?
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Literally.
Therefore, it's not simple.
Yeah, it's not simple. I don't know. I think if they repeat that action, I think it makes it even better. Like I think if they repeat it, it's not gay and it's not a sin. But if I feel like if they're like, bro, you gotta chill, and they just, I don't know, I feel like then it's a little bit of a sin. Then you're just kind of, you're kind of doxing yourself.
I don't know, because there's I feel like there's two arguments where it's like you don't want to be legalistic with stuff, but you also, the Bible does call us to keep our mouth clean. So true. It's kind of like, does that make our mouth dirty? I don't know.
Don't look at me.
Yeah. Sorry for looking at you, dude.
Very dirty.
Yeah, his mouth is extremely dirty. You got to clean that out. Drink bleach, bro.
Soap and water.
Have you ever heard of the Tide Pod Challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to.
Try it out.
I think that would work well. Do you think just eating a raw Tide Pod? Like, what do you think of that?
What do I? Well,
hot take. So good.
Maybe with some salt and pepper, you guys.
I like it when it pops.
Yeah. The popping sensation, addicting even.
And then the popping sensation you feel in your head when you fucking die.
Wow. That's good.
Have you done any drugs?
Prescription drugs, like
medicine.
I've stayed away from like nicotine and drugs all my life. So
I've never done anything. I've been drunk once, but that was it.
I drank one twisted tea.
What is that?
That's the limit of my drinking. It's like lemonade kind of in tea and alcohol. I don't know. It was our first Vandals football game, and there was a friend who isn't like a Christian, and I knew him from high school, and we're like, dude, we should totally pregame before the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I've never done this before, and it's always a concern because I have epilepsy, and it's just really? I don't think I should really be drinking because it's like I don't want to cause something. So I don't know. It's always been a fear of mine just to like even try it. I don't know. And when I did try it, it just was horrible. It tasted horrible. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, why did we do this? Because it didn't even really. I didn't even feel like
worth it.
It didn't even feel like there was an effect.
Yeah.
And it tasted horrible. So I was like, dude, what is the point of this? How can people like this? I just doxed myself out to the whole world. I'm so cooked.
You're good, dude. You're good. Being vulnerable is like the best thing you can do.
I'm so cooked.
I don't think. Anyways, I had a thought. It's gone. Let me come up with something else then.
No, that's good.
Is it good?
Have you ever been to a football game? Like
yes.
Yeah.
Well, my dad always wanted me to play football. My dad was a peak football player according to him back in the day. So I think he played in college too. But so growing up, there was always a huge pressure of him wanting all of his sons to play football. Yeah. So I've been exposed to it a lot. I don't know the like technical terms for moves or plays, if you will, but I do know how the game works. And I can sit there and enjoy a football game. It's fun. So
you wouldn't need anybody to explain the rules to you?
Maybe sometimes. There can be times where I'm watching the Super Bowl or something abnormal happens and I'm like, what does that mean? Why did he just blow the whistle? Something like that. But generally I know how the ball moves from one side to the other and how the players kind of go about it. But so I know the basics. I can sit there and watch a game and understand what's going on. For probably at least 90% of it.
What was your favorite team, or was it just your dad's favorite team?
Just my dad's team. He was a Seahawks guy.
W Seahawks.
Is that good? Yeah. They were good growing up. They went to the Super Bowl a few times, and then ever since then, though, I've heard that they've really fallen off.
We kind of, once we lost the Super Bowl, we fell off a cliff.
Okay.
I think either people just got old or they just got money and then they stopped trying, because there's a big thing in football where once they get that bag, they kind of just stop trying and they don't really care.
They made it.
Yeah, they made it. They're set for life once they get that money. So I don't know. There's like that happens in every sport. Like once they get that,
that makes sense.
They kind of slow down and don't really. They still try, but they don't try as hard as what they were trying for to get that money.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think a lot of the people were good, and then I think they got a lot of that money to try and set the team up for the future. But I think with doing that, they also didn't try as hard, so we just weren't ever as good, and we would always just get significantly worse each season.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I don't know. I think that, or maybe just the league got better, but there was, I think, like a 4-year period where teams were actually afraid to play us, and now we are on the schedule, and they're like, oh, it's an easy week this week.
Crazy.
So we kind of
fell off real quick.
Yeah. I think the same thing happened. We have a starting quarterback named Geno Smith. He was good. He was like one of the best quarterbacks the first 2 years ago. And then he got the money after that year. And last year he played significantly worse. Like he was throwing interceptions, and yeah. So our team got worse just because he got that money. And it's tough to see just because as a fan you're like wanting to see good every year, but then you see people try to get more money and not care about the game. So,
well, eventually it'll just be in with the new and out with the old, and the new will want to make a name for themselves, right?
I think we have a decent chance this year. Our defense is really good. I think it's just our offense. If we can't score, what's the point of having
a good defense?
Yeah, I think we were supposed to beat the Patriots by 20, it felt like, and we only beat them by 3. So,
do you know if any Vandals have ever been to the NFL?
Well, I don't know. There's one guy that's actually, there was a few guys that were undrafted, but they got picked up by a team. But and then I think Hayden Hatton, he was like our main wide receiver last year. He got drafted, and he didn't get drafted. He got signed by the Seahawks actually. So it was great to see that, but then they dropped him before the season started. So then, or not dropped him, but they think they just cut him. So he might still be on the practice squad. But his brother actually, the long snapper, he's actually playing for the Detroit Lions.
Whoa.
So yeah, we actually have a player in the NFL. So.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
So I've heard though that college football's more fun to watch.
I think it is, because I think they, like money, I said,
so they're still trying to make a name
they're
for
still trying,
yeah.
because if they don't make a name for themselves, they can't
make that
money.
Yeah.
So I think they just but I think with NIL deals, if you're like one of the best, you're still going to get money. So I think,
well, college still brings in a lot of viewers, a lot of money.
Yeah,
a lot of people watch
I do think I like to watch college football more than NFL, just because there's more stakes, I guess. People actually want to try to make a living and actually make it into the NFL. And then in the NFL, once you get that money, there's kind of no stakes.
You're at the top. Where is there to go? There's no more striving.
Yeah, I mean, I know you still want to try to play good, but at the same time, there's probably a lot of people that just don't really care anymore just because they got that bread.
I'm sure there are guys out there though who enjoy the aspect of putting on the show.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
There are a significantly more amount of people who just care about money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Which you hate to see, because that just means football is kind of going downhill. But
is it?
I mean,
football's on the up, dude.
Yeah, college football on the up.
It's so good.
NFL, I think, is about same. College football, I don't know. And college football.
Good stuff.
College football, every year it's
getting crazier.
Yeah.
Plus they're younger.
I
don't know if they're stronger. Is college players stronger?
The Vandals are kicking ass right now.
Well, yeah. I've walked past football players who the Vandal team, if you
Yeah.
will, they're huge.
Huge.
They're
Absolutely.
insanely
absolutely
gigantic.
Huge. Absolutely huge.
I can't believe how huge those guys are. Because I feel like I'm like a normal size guy. If it like I'm above average in terms of height, even. And
Yeah.
it's like when I see one of those guys, I feel like a child. They're giant.
That's honestly how it is. Yeah. I don't know. I think if I actually tried to be a football player, I think I could make it though.
Dude.
I don't know though. I feel like it's like at the time I wasn't at my best physically. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Well, I guess I don't know. Do you think there'll be football in heaven? I've always thought about that. Like, do you think competitions will happen in heaven?
I think
it'll just be like.
At least this is what I've heard.
Okay.
I think. Well, there's no really way.
Yeah.
We could tell.
No,
like,
it's all speculation.
Yeah.
I know a guy who went there. He told me there was some.
Yeah. I actually got the inside. Like someone told me. No, they I think someone told me that heaven is just earth, but without the sinners or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Without the sin.
Yeah.
Yeah. The closest thing we can describe to it is probably the garden.
Yeah.
Because in Revelation it talks about basically the new earth. The old earth will die, the new earth will come, and then like heaven right now, like God's dwelling place is temporary.
Yeah.
Because basically then when the new earth happens, he will descend down onto the new earth and dwell among his people on earth. So the new earth is heaven.
Yeah.
So if it's earth being the garden, being whatever, the closest thing we describe it to is like when God first made the garden, Adam and Eve and all that, he deemed his creation good. Deemed it good, because it reflected his own good nature. So basically, we have no reason to think that it'll be different than now. It'll just be how it is intended to be. Like grass will still grow from the soil, kind of thing. Just on the new earth, there'll still be a ponderosa pine, probably. I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, like even all the animals on the earth at the time, I would see no reason why they wouldn't be there again, because he deemed them good. If he deemed them good, if anything, he would just add more, or maybe he would deem it good to change it. I don't know.
Okay, but in heaven, do you think you need to eat?
I think the Bible talks about feasts and stuff like that. If we do need to eat, it's possible that we may feel hungry, but
my bad. We're just gonna leave it down there.
You sure?
We're just gonna leave it down there, bro.
Here's the thing. It's like I've thought about this a lot, where it's either we just don't feel hungry and we still eat food, or it's we do feel hungry and it's just more so that we never don't have food.
Yeah.
So there's never starvation. Yeah, you're always satisfied. Anytime it's time to eat, you're ready to go. There's everything around you is bearing fruit. It's kind of it's like there won't be starving children in Africa that make me feel bad about throwing away my old milk. It's kind of a
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah. I see where your head's at.
Mm-hmm. I should just mail the milk over. But
old bag. It was actually more than me.
Do you think when we are eating and when we're drinking, do you think it tastes better, or do you think it tastes the same? It's just
our taste buds, are old. I don't know.
I have no idea, dude.
Like taste buds over the years, that's like why children can't handle as much spice, kind of thing, or they even don't like certain things.
I can't handle spice, bro. Forget children. Forget me, bro.
Forget kids.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I think there's something to say for like taste buds will probably get used over the years to the point where they get less sensitive. I don't know, like our body deteriorates. No?
No. Our bodies all have different, adaptations of taste. But I think in heaven it would just be everything tasted,
Maybe not. Maybe you still have like a favorite things.
How much can you take?
If everything is so good and you're like, it's all so good that you don't really have a favorite, is there personality in that? It kind of feels boring.
How much
I feel like
can you spice can you take?
I could take not a lot. I can't. I do like spice though.
Yeah.
I can't handle it.
I roughed you up the other night with that sandwich.
Yeah. See, like I really liked it, but I was, my eyes were getting watery and I was coughing and stuff. Yeah. Like I ate a habanero. That's probably the hottest thing I've ever eaten.
I think honestly, I can't even handle hot Cheetos. I'm so weak.
I don't like hot Cheetos, dude.
I'm so weak when it comes to that.
No shot.
I'm like the peak white.
What about
man.
pepper, dude? Too spicy?
White
Vinegar, maybe?
No, I like green peppers. I like
Amen,
red peppers.
Yeah. Well, those aren't spicy at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Just a random vegetable.
What about like jalapeno Cheetos?
Jalapeno Cheetos? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, they're super good. They're way better than hot Cheetos.
Is it? But like, is it spicier?
No, it's less spicy.
Okay, well then I could.
I think so. I think it's less spicy.
I have no idea. Don't look at
Oh, okay.
I could probably like that then.
I mean, they're still spicy. Yeah, they're just less spicy.
Dude, ranch. Give me ranch any time of the week, and I will devour that. Literally, ranch makes salad good.
You more of a sweet guy then? You sweet or savory, bro?
Salad.
ranch instead of Caesar on a salad?
I'm fine with Caesar, but ranch makes salad a top 5 food of all time. I will die on that hill.
Ranch on salad, super good.
Yeah.
Bomb. However, I love my Caesar salad, bro.
Caesar is infinitely better.
I think you could make. I think it's just easier to make with just ranch. You just get lettuce and then pour ranch on it. So I think
Just ranch with a side of green.
yes, give me that any day of the week, and I will be satisfied. Like ranch over anything.
Do you think there'll be ranch in heaven, dude?
I hope so, bro.
I see no reason why it wouldn't be.
Valley.
I don't. What I'm excited for, probably most in heaven, is how I don't think I'll have to pay rent, and that's gonna be nice, dude. Taxes, not a thing.
Wow.
Like I don't think money will be a thing.
I-
Oh.
Anarchy under the Lord.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You don't think what's gonna be a thing?
Money.
Why don't you? Yeah, I think you're right. I think money causes sin, so I think you're right.
I don't know if money necessarily.
I mean, I
causes
think-
sin, but we definitely.
That's a big socialist statement. Money causing sin.
I think without money, we wouldn't have any resources to get
Yeah.
like drugs or alcohol or anything. So I think just
We'd be bartering instead.
yeah,
Yeah, well, like when I sell my daughter to you, you give me like a cow and 2 sheeps or something.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But that's like a form of money. I don't know. It's just a form of transaction. That's all it is.
Yeah,
A value. Something that we hold as value.
yeah.
But I don't think that'll be a thing in heaven. I don't see why it would be.
I think it's just gonna be the earth. Like I already said this, but it's just
Yeah.
yeah.
But okay, so like.
But do you think when they're showering, do you think it's just like because I want to be showered in ranch? Do you think it's just gonna be ranch?
in heaven?
Yeah, like showered ranch, like ranch showers.
You know, if you went up to heaven and you were before God, and you ask him for that, I believe he has a sense of humor.
You think?
I think he does.
I think
It depends. Are you worshiping that ranch, or
I'm not worshiping that ranch. It's
You
just
just think it'd be funny.
I want.
Worshiping ranch.
I mean,
Like-
it depends on the ranch.
here's the thing? It's like you're 21 quintillion, right, into heaven, and you go up to God and you're like, "Yo, this was a dream of mine back in the day. Can you shower me in ranch?" I see no reason why Jesus would not be like, "Yeah, dude, that sounds funny."
Weird, but okay.
Like, what? God has a sense of humor. Would he not laugh at that?
Maybe. I don't know. That sounds like a weird fetish. Cover me in ranch.
Well,
I don't know. Ranch is just so good. It makes vegetables like way more like edible.
I love vegetables. Just
Vegetables.
raw, dude. Just a raw
give me
vegetable.
those
Mm.
baby carrots. Nom 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 nom.
So true, dude.
Yeah, but like cauliflower, I think I would have to use ranch or something like that. Or like give me
I don't like cauliflower. Not a fan, dude. Even in heaven, I will not like it.
Like cooked cauliflower, like in an oven, like crunched up. That's pretty damn good.
yeah.
Yeah, my mom used to make that a lot. Brussels sprouts too.
Not a big Brussels sprouts guy.
I can eat them, but they're not good. I'm a big asparagus guy.
Asparagus,
Yum, dude.
Give me
Ew, dude.
It's bomb.
give me celery,
Asparagus is so good.
but with
I love
peanut
celery.
butter on it.
Yum, dude. Yes.
is there ranch on the log with the celery and peanut butter and then chocolate chips?
I don't think
No.
so.
Your parents
Where
handed you?
I never had that, but that
Where
sounds
did you-
good.
how did
Raisins
you-
would be delicious.
Raisins would be
East Coast,
awesome.
man.
where did you get this?
What do you mean?
Like how did you get that?
I don't know. My parents.
'Cause Loki, I kind of want to try it.
Do you think competition will be in heaven though? Let's bring it back to that, because I've thought about that a lot. Where I don't think competition is inherently sinful.
I don't think so either.
So I see no reason why it wouldn't be a thing in heaven.
If it was, I think I might be cooked because I'm so competitive and it just.
Well, you wouldn't have that same. Like, I don't think being competitive is inherently sinful. I don't know. There's like a drive to it. Like, I don't know. There's probably a reason why we feel it. I feel like we feel all of these emotions and everything like that because we image God, right? Who in nature is like this in a sense. He feels the same emotions, just he's able to do it in a non-sinful manner. If we feel maybe competitiveness is not derived from sin, but rather still a reflection of God.
Yeah. It's good.
In what way and how does that work? I don't know. Because we kind of... What is there to be? I don't know, like wrestling competition, but in heaven.
It did happen.
Like yeah. Was it David who wrestled with God? Jacob.
No, it was Jacob.
Jacob wrestled with God. It's like if God's wrestling, what if I tackle Jesus to the ground and wrestle him, and we're like laughing while doing it? You know, it's like let's see who wins. But then it would just be like perfect sportsmanship, where there's no pride in winning,
I think that.
and there's no feeling bad in losing.
I think part of God's competitive nature might be in regard to competing with our hearts.
Yeah.
You know, and like our hearts being like, or competing with us seeking idols, right? Because he wants us.
Yeah.
Says, you know, he's a jealous God. He wants us. You know,
Yeah.
competing. He feels that he is competing with our.
With ourselves, kind of.
Yeah, honestly, with like our desires and stuff instead of.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously, dude's just breaking shit. All right.
Whoa.
Breaking life. Anyway, I feel like that might be part of it. But
Yeah.
also, God, I don't think he's like
Like, do you think if basketball players that die, do you think they're like playing basketball games in heaven, or like what?
If they were actually.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't think basketball's sinful, so I don't know why we would assume that it can't be.
Well, like, I don't know.
Well, absolutely simple.
Or like, do you think if football players that died, do you think they're gonna play football in heaven or what?
I don't know. Do they want to play football for eternity? How much do you love football?
I love football, but I don't know if I would do that for eternity.
Yeah.
Out here.
You want to work?
Yeah.
Bye bye. You want to see? You want to wave to the camera?
Shake your ass. Oh, yeah.
Maybe later, like on the 5th or 6th appearance.
All right. Bye, Will.
Tease the audience.
Bye.
Josiah, how has like just living here? Because this is a new place. How has it been,
Dude. Sorry, I'm chewing bread. I'm a professional. This place has been actually a huge, like, many answered prayers. It's been really good.
Yeah.
This has been, it's kind of funny how it happened, where I knew I wanted to stay in Moscow. There was an opportunity for me to move like 15 minutes east into Kendrick, Idaho, with some land with Christina's brother, actually. So my friend, where I would be like renting to own some land kind of thing. But then I kind of determined, like, I think God wants me in Moscow. So I shot Will a text and was like, yo, do you know any guys looking for a roommate? And he said, no, I can always ask around. And he said that the person that, because there was somebody, I knew that Zachar, their old roommate, was moving out. But he was like, somebody's actually filled in that spot. Somebody's already lined up to move in. So I'm like, shoot, okay. Like a month goes by, because I did this way early when I decided that I was going to stay in Moscow for like high alpha stuff. That's kind of where I felt like God wanted me to be, to stay in this family for at least now. I got a text from Will out of the blue, and he was like, yo, that other guy, he fell through. He will no longer be living here, and if you want the spot, you can have it. And I went, oh, praise God. All right, here we go. So just God kind of just lined it up for me. He made it really easy for me, and I am here now. These guys who live here, awesome, dude. Like, they're actually so cool. They're so much fun to be around and live with. It's just kind of like a casual joy. I don't know if that makes sense. Sleeping on top of Will has been fun too. It's been a fun experience.
What do you mean by that?
Well, we have a bunk bed. I sleep on top of them. Yeah. So it's also been really fun to go around and tell people how I sleep on top of Will. But yeah, a lot of answered prayers, especially when it comes to my disciplines with Christ. Even like temptation, stuff like that, helps a ton when you live in a place with a ton of guys and you don't have your own room.
I think it would actually make it worse for me.
Really?
Well,
All these handsome men, dude, making me stumble. God.
yeah, bro.
Stumbling blocks.
Stumbling blocks. I'm surrounded by them.
So true.
Gosh dang it, dude. Where are you living right now?
I'm living in the LCs with Carl.
Are you an RA?
No, I'm just a college student.
Which LLC do you live in?
LC 3.
Ah,
So,
I lived in 5.
yeah.
Are you hosting one of the life groups
Yeah.
there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Because not like your life group, but I know some of the ladies were looking for.
Oh,
a group.
I thought you were. No, they figured that they should do it at one of their places to make it feel more genuine. I think that's what they said.
Another nice thing about living here, I don't have to drive over from Pullman every day.
Yeah.
Living here, dude, my gas tank stays full pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I'm not driving all the time. I've been like walking to the college campus. I kind of walk places now.
Oh, wow.
'Cause it's also close.
Yeah.
So it's been cool. Plus, I don't have a parking pass still. So driving anywhere on the college campus is still dangerous. I'll get gypped a ton of money. They'll put a ticket
I
on
think
my
you just
car.
need to show up after 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do. Last year was difficult because I was on setup. So I'd be showing up around like 4 something. And I'd just kind of park and hope that they didn't get me.
Did you ever get a parking ticket?
I did not. Got away with it.
That's kind of goated.
I did get a warning once, though, for a separate occasion. I don't remember why I was at the college campus, but I parked. There's a lot somewhere behind the LCs. Parked in there, and I remember trying to pay, but I couldn't figure out the app that it was trying to get me to get, and it just wasn't working, and I just got frustrated and went, you know what, whatever. I'm just going to wing it. Hopefully I don't get a ticket.
Yeah.
I got a warning.
For sure.
So I came back with a little ticket on the car. Thankfully I didn't owe anything, but yeah.
That's weird that you didn't have to own anything.
It was just a warning. It was my first offense.
How did they figure that out?
They probably have a record of your license
Yeah, but
plate.
how do they... Oh, okay. A license plate, yeah. What happens
I've
if...
seen this car before.
So true. What happens... Okay, but like, what happens if you buy a car off of someone? Does that still count as the license plate belongs to you, or what?
Do you own a vehicle?
Yeah.
Have you gone through the DMV process of it all?
I technically, yes, but technically no, because I've only had my car for about 2 months, so I haven't had... Or about a month, so I haven't had to go to the DMV and get new license plates or something like that.
Are you driving around with somebody else's license plate?
No, because it was a new car.
Oh, interesting.
Well, not a new car, but it was 2013, so it was at the dealership. But like, what happens if you
cool.
like buy
I've never
it?
gotten one from a dealership. That's cool. I know. So what you want to do is go and register it. Then, when you register it with you, you get a license plate. So people's license plates are registered to that person, I think,
Do they
or to that vehicle. Then the vehicle's registered to the person, kind of thing.
do?
So you shouldn't like if you like I've bought cars off of either family members or like Facebook Marketplace kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you do a bill of sale, then you have to go to the DMV and re-register your car. Then they mail you new plates.
Yeah.
So
okay, but what happens if you like? I don't know. Like, what happens? Do you keep the same license plate for your whole life, like, or does it get changed out?
I don't know. I think I've always gotten a new one.
Depends if you get, I think if you get an updated registration after a certain amount of time, you do get a new one, because I remember my dad had his truck, Expedition, the SUV for a while, and his license plate used to be like, what would FUD do? Or like that was what we like the letters, not like actually what would FUD do. Like what would Jesus do kind of deal. And then eventually like he just ended up with a new license plate. I was like, oh, bad ending. No more What Would Fudd Do.
Dang.
So,
Dang.
I guess it can change, but if you get like a custom plate, you just have to renew it every year. That's. You know,
I don't
I
get
have
a
a custom plate.
What would you?
I think it might just be my last name, which is
Oh, that'd be sick, actually.
because mine is 7 letters, and I think it's 7 digits that you can put on a license plate.
Yeah, I think so.
And so, yeah, so I think mine would just be my last name.
Joe, you should do the Lindley Listen.
I think you could do your last name.
I could, dude. Totally could.
Lindley Listen.
I could just do Lindley. 7 letters.
Or you can do LND. Nope,
Lndly.
that's 5.
L. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, just do Lindley. Can't fit a whole paragraph in there.
Mm-mm.
Unfortunate.
The Lindley Listen. Yeah, it's a pretty
Well, just
long
don't-
title.
Don't throw in the just do the Lindley Listen. You
Oh yeah, just
But even
just
then-
Lindley Listen.
know. Yeah.
But even then, yeah.
Maybe you can do LNLY LSN. Listen.
Maybe I could just like put the whole Constitution on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the Second Amendment. What do you think about guns, dude?
Dude, I love them. I think I don't know. I'm actually I kind of am not experienced with the guns. I think
Yeah, I've learned that I'm pretty ignorant about them, so
I don't know.
I own them, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
I think we went out hunting one year, and we were just me and my brother. It was our like first time, and we kind of made the trip miserable, and we were miserable because it was very cold. And for some reason, I didn't bring my thermal or thermos or something like that, where you put like under your pants, and it was snowing, so I just sat in snow without a layer. So I'm like, ugh. So it was not fun. So
Dang,
we made the trip miserable. We were miserable. Yeah, we didn't shoot anything for our first time, and I don't know. I feel like they never wanted to take us back just because we're so bad. Like I feel like we annoyed our grandpa like the second minute we were there. I'm like, all right.
Dang, dude.
Yeah,
That's so rough, actually.
Yeah, the thing is, this is a funny story. My brother, my dad, and my grandpa are all going hunting, and then my dad is like leaves us to go to the bathroom. So me, my brother, and my grandpa all just like walk away, and then we like lose our dad, like lose me and my brother's dad, and we're so me and my brother are just shooting like rapidly and like just crazily and. Yes, bro. Don't trust me with the gun, bro.
That's worse than Joe.
Yeah, bro.
What do you mean? You just like shoot up?
We were just shooting so that he could find us, but in all reality, it probably made the trip worse because I don't know. We were just very not mature.
That's so awesome, bro.
We kind of just were like, we got to find our dad. He was probably only gone for like 2 minutes, and we're like, dude, we got to find our dad. And then me and my brother probably shot like 20 times in the air.
No wonder you didn't shoot anything. You scared everything away, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
They hear 20, like you're a deer, you hear 20 shots off in the distance. I'm not going over there, dude.
Yeah.
Except they run out into cars and shit. It's like, whoa, that's a nice sound. Freeway.
So true.
Yeah.
Like a random pop. It's like,
I've been hunting once. It was down in Twin Falls. Have you ever been down there?
Yeah.
South of Idaho.
Mm.
You know, there's a big canyon, right?
Yeah.
With a river going through. My cousin, who is an avid hunter, like he's done it his whole life. He's a massive expert, you know. It's like his passion, just the outdoors and hunting and all that jazz. He basically took all of my. It's like that side of the family. They're all super hunters. They know what they're doing out in the woods, you know. So it was him and kind of leading the whole thing, along with my other 2 cousins that are his brothers that know what they're doing as well. And then he invited my 4 brothers, or 3 brothers, making me 4 city dwellers. You know, we don't know anything about hunting. We've never been, kind of thing. To go hunting.
Yeah.
And so they geared us up. They treated us like we knew nothing because we knew nothing, and it was
good.
It went really well. It was fun. Basically, what we did was we got canoes and we went down to that river down in the canyon. And there was foliage along the river. Otherwise, it's desert all around.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of luscious green bushes and trees along the bank, along with luscious green, like tree and bush covered islands in the middle of the river as it would split around. So we got into our canoes with shotguns. There was probably 3 canoes, full to the brim with all of us.
Yeah.
And we just paddled up and down the river, being quiet in the early morning into the afternoon kind of thing. And they would be out there eating, and you just kind of roll up on the canoe, and they would look at you, the deer. They just kind of look at you and not know what you are because you're on the water.
Yeah.
And then you just shoot it.
Did you shoot anything?
We got 7 deers in
Holy crap.
2 days or 2.5 days, something like that, 3 days. I think it was 2 days because we didn't.
Yeah,
I remember
there's no
being
way
happy that we didn't go out.
There's no way that's legal.
Well, because we had 8 of us or something like that.
Oh, you had 8 of you guys.
There was a ton of us out there.
Wow.
Yeah, we all had 1 deer tag.
Good.
Yeah. There was no illegal shooting deer going on.
What can you I don't know how this works, but what if you get get a deer and then you're with people and then you shoot a deer for someone else? Does that count as one or what?
Probably. I don't know.
Because what if you just
I'm not a hunter, bro.
What if you shot the deer but then you just say someone else shot the deer?
I mean,
I don't think that's.
I don't see why that would be unlawful necessarily. It would just be lame for that person who wanted to shoot a deer.
Yeah.
He would then have to be like, dang it, all right, we'll use my tag for that. Because if you, it wouldn't necessarily, because the whole point of it is to understand or to help the state kind of balance the game, the game warden, what is it called? The fish and game to manage the population of the deer.
Fish and wildlife.
So when it comes to, that would still serve the purpose, I guess, of the deer tags. It would just make one person miss out a little bit. Unless he,
My apologies.
kept the deer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see why that would be unlawful, but then again, I don't know what the law says. Don't sue me, all right? Disclaimer, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, but what if it's the last, say 30 minutes that you guys are there and you've shot something and you've been trying to get say your little brother to shoot something this whole day, and then but you have 30 minutes left of hunting season in general, and then so you want to get another deer, but it just might not be his shot. So I don't know. You might just have to take one.
I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I see no reason why that would be unlawful necessarily. It would just be lame potentially for the guy who wanted to use his deer tag.
Yeah.
That's probably really it. I don't know. When it comes
it
to,
would definitely be something that's don't mention it to a game warden.
Yeah. Probably don't tell the game warden, hey, I shot 2 deers, but we're using his deer tag.
Maybe it might actually be fine though.
I don't know. I feel like most game wardens are probably pretty reasonable. They'd be like, oh, okay. Well, don't go shoot another one then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
What
Have
is,
a good day.
Do you know what the fine is for a deer? You shoot something
Probably
without a tag.
Hanging.
Hanging? Yeah, you just get hung.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I've never had to learn. I've been out there under the guidance of my 3 cousins, and that was kind of it.
Wow.
That was really fun. Because there was a lot of deers. We didn't get them all super easily. We ended up getting onto basically the guys who got the deers early on would get onto one side of an island, and then the rest of us would go on our canoes on the other side of the islands and stay at the far end, right, with our shotguns, waiting for a deer to run out. And then as our cousins and brothers would be pushing, they would be kind of warding the deer through the island to us.
Yeah.
So the deer would be trying to get away from them because they were making noise and being loud. And we would see them trying to swim across the river or something like that, and we'd canoe up and pop them.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really fun. Crazy experience. It was nothing about going out and sitting in the woods and waiting, which is what I thought it was going to be, which this was way more fun. This was you just go down, get your deer, and get out. What?
I feel like that's how hunting is and how it should be.
You think so? Probably
I feel
shouldn't
like
go
you guys-
shoot deers in water.
I feel like you could kind of take the easy way out.
It was easy, bro.
So you're telling me you didn't shoot in the air like 30 times? Yeah, you're doing it wrong.
No. The deer I got was on land. I wasn't. Yeah, but
Well,
I wasn't in the water. I was also on land. It like our boys were pushing it, and it like ran up in front of me and then ducked down right behind a bush, looking at me, and I just went, all right.
and
So I
you,
was aiming at it. I was kind of freaking out, I guess. I was not.
And you
it
guys-
was definitely not. I was not chill. And then my cousin, who's like the avid hunter, he was right in my ear, and he just went shoot. You know?
wow,
Yeah.
and you guys were using shotguns?
Yeah.
Like slugs or buckshot?
Buckshot.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't that have like a like where it like shoots?
Yeah.
So like it's kind of doesn't that make it like hard to miss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kinda. I mean, it's not like a video game where the spread is super wide. Shotguns are pretty accurate. You can snipe with a shotgun pretty.
Slug. Yeah.
I mean, even buckshot to a degree.
If you
Like the spread isn't that great. If you shoot, like I don't know, spread's probably like that from. I don't know. I'm kind of talking out of my butt, but just like from my experience, from what it feels like to be right, this would be like the spread, maybe like 1.5 feet, 2 feet across after like 50 feet from a buckshot kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong on that, Dylan?
If you fuck a deer up at 2 feet away with buckshot.
No. 50 feet away, do you think the spread of buckshot would be about like 2 feet wide? Foot and a half?
I'd say if you're trying to shoot a deer 50 feet away with buckshot, you're retarded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty far. Those pellets aren't going to do a whole lot. You know, the wad.
yeah.
I think that's the wad. It's the shot, actually. I'm retarded. That's exactly what it is.
It's the bullets.
The shot.
The shot.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Is it okay?
Shot is plural for shot. So all the balls that are in buckshot, the shot is the...
Is shot actually plural for shot?
For that specifically.
Is it not just called the bullets?
Nope.
Obviously.
Gotcha. The one bullet has shot in it. I guess it's just not a bullet.
It's a shell. It's not a bullet. It's a shell that has shot in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's an entirely different thing. It has
Gotcha,
a similar
okay.
primer and wad and all that stuff, but it is primarily a shell with shot in it or a slug, you know?
Yeah, it's like the. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
My brain's gaining a new wrinkle, bro.
Yeah, but or it might have gotten a new wrinkle, but it like lost another one.
I don't.
Because we were thinking hard about that.
It's a little too hard.
Yeah.
Maybe it says a little something about us, but we're smart, right? Back me up on this, Nathan.
I think we are actually the smartest.
Amen, dude. I don't know how often I'd want to go hunting, but eventually, I don't trust our food system, so eventually it'd be really nice to just go shoot an elk once a year,
Yeah.
and then have that in my freezer to feed my family, kind of thing.
I do want to at least get one deer before, like
Before Jesus comes back?
in my life. I want to
Yeah.
get one deer
Amen to that.
because I feel like you have to like at least get one.
Are you a man if you don't shoot a deer in the face?
Good question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't think that matters.
I mean, I think I don't know. I want to at least try, like it would make me feel satisfied. I mean, there's like everything else makes me feel satisfied, but like I feel like that would be the peak.
So besides serving Jesus, or maybe serving Jesus included, it's like, what do you think brings fulfillment to your life?
Besides Jesus, you said?
Well, I guess besides Jesus would be nothing. So, like,
I think, so I think what you're saying, I think Jesus makes me fulfilled. And then I think just family and friends. Like, I'm a big, like, community guy. Like, I need to, like, if my friends are there or people I know are there, I'm gonna feel like I am having a lot more fun.
mm-hmm.
And then, like, if my family's there, it's, like, even better because it just makes me feel like all my people are there and it just makes me feel like all these, just makes me feel wholesome, I guess, kind of.
Yeah.
Like I feel whole, and then it just makes me feel like I don't need anything else when I have family.
Do you think you've had that family growing up? Like that same feeling?
I don't know. I think when I was younger, I think I probably just would have just said sports or something. I probably would have said family, but it probably would have not been just family and friends, not just the people. It probably would have been sports, probably would have been like school. Probably makes me just, yeah, I don't know. But I think now it's just the people in my life make me feel fulfilled.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What about you?
Dude. What about me?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. What's the question?
What makes you fulfilled?
Well, Jesus, obviously, but
Yeah.
otherwise, I don't know. Definitely people, for sure. I think that's kind of been the biggest problem with my YouTube channel. I've been trying to figure it out, where it's like, why do I not enjoy it as much as other forms of work that I've experienced in my life? And it's because I don't have coworkers. I don't have people to share it with. And the people that do watch it are numbers on a screen. You know, it's like, it doesn't really, there is no fulfillment in that for me or my heart. I don't feel like I have a relationship with anybody in that.
Yeah.
There's a sense of loneliness with it. So it's like trying to escape that. This podcast is absolutely something that I believe God has led me into. And it kind of, I feel like, reflects then my value on relationships, at least my desire to have relationships. So Chi Alpha has been such an important, definitely place in my life, because it has brought me a lot of fulfillment in that, at least a sense of belonging or a sense of community, something that I can pour my love into, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So maybe the fulfillment for me is more of the participating in that community, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah. Like becoming a facilitator and stuff like that. It's been a lot, but it's been a lot in a good way. You know, it's been a lot in my heart even. It's just it's been good, dude. I don't know. I think that answered the question. Yeah. So I guess people, friends, family. I like calling it a family. I should probably call Chi Alpha more of a family than just like my friends, if you will, or my community. It's kind of like a I don't know. I guess I may be more hesitant to do that because of how close I am to my like biological family. It feels weird to call other people my family also. But like, you are my family in Christ. For sure. Like by the time we're in heaven, it's like we're all adopted into, sons and daughters of God. So I guess I see no reason why I wouldn't call or consider Chi Alpha people or any other Christian, right, my brother and sister in Christ.
Yeah. Do you think how they depict heaven in movies, do you think it's going to be the same in...
What movies depict heaven?
Like...
It's usually just like clouds and...
Yeah, usually just clouds.
So. It'll be so much different than that.
Yeah. Clouds
might still be a thing, but I don't think we'll be like in the clouds. I think it'll be a lot like here. It'll be like the garden.
Yeah.
I think. We'll be walking around. We'll have our job to do. I think we'll have work. We were made to labor. I believe that it won't just be like sitting around sipping pina coladas. I think we'll be laboring, but in a way that is good and fulfilling. Because I do believe that not only do people, it's like people alone don't bring fulfillment. It's the serving people that brings fulfillment.
Yeah.
It's participating in that family and that community. It's putting that effort into it. Same way with like work or any other form of a job or any sort of labor. It's if you're not doing it, you're not going to find any fulfillment. Yeah. It's people always talk about how it's the journey, not the destination kind of thing. And I believe the destination can also be really fun, which then it kind of leads into then the next journey. So like the destination isn't a bad thing. It's just I do believe the journey is where you probably find the fulfillment. It's what helps you sleep at night.
Yeah.
When you put that effort into that journey rather than doing nothing. Because when I choose to do nothing in a day and I blow all my work and don't do anything, and I can't sleep that night. That night is the worst nights I've ever had. It's but when I labor through that day and I go to sleep feeling like I did something with my day, it's fulfilling in the fact that I feel like I have accomplished something and I can go to sleep peacefully. It's kind of like I did my I don't know what you call that. My allowance for the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gave it my all, so I have nothing to regret, or I have nothing to look back on and say I could have done better. You know, it's kind of that brings fulfillment in the sense of peace, I think. And then of course then there's like peace in Christ, which is a whole nother thing. That's something that Dylan's been going through recently. The whole peace in God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. But so like, I don't know. Where do you find your peace? That's a good question. Let's dive into that.
Peace. I think it's probably the same answer. I think just family. I think they comfort me. My family and friends usually just bring comfort to me, which makes me less chaotic, and and it makes me feel like I have just calmness to my mind. And then I think they just I think with that I think that is what brings peace. I think it just just looking at how I react or how I am when I don't have friends or family with me, I kind of just don't get anything done. But when I have family and friends supporting me and are there for me, I think that is when I'm get the most done, and that's when I'm at peace.
What do you think it means to have peace in Christ?
I think it means to be loved by Christ and love Christ. I think having peace in Christ is kind of just knowing that he's there, and then just knowing that you don't need to stress or worry about a test that's coming up, or you don't need to worry about just school in general. You just knowing that he's there and that he will provide, just knowing that he is just watching over me and protecting me. I think that just is what brings me peace.
What are examples in your life that he has brought you peace in? Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh.
I think just at least I think he brought peace to my family when I when I was dealing with some seizures. I think he just made assurance, brought assurance to my family that everything will be okay. And then so that they didn't need to
fear losing you.
Fear losing me. Yeah. I think he has always had his hand on me, and even with epilepsy, it's kind of he's just been there for me. And so when I was young, I would have 50 seizures a week, and it just I don't think I should be here right now. And it
whoa, dude.
And I think with him having his hand on me, and just having a hand on my family, I think it's just it's a pretty big deal. He brought me peace. So yeah.
How do you play video games if you have epilepsy?
Well, I have medicine that controls it, that is kind of controlling. For the longest time I didn't have a seizure, so I was medicine was just controlling it, so I didn't really need to worry about it. But then one time in church, I think my mom was doing a worship thing with the other worship people, and she was actually supposed to have a solo, and then so she was looking forward to that the whole whole month or so, and she had been invited her whole family, so everyone was there, my cousins, my grandparents, my uncles and aunts, everybody you could think of was there. And then it was a song before the song she was about to sing, and it and then I think the devil just struck me, and because for it to happen not even like on that night and like not be happening so long, I think the devil just struck me that night. But I think God was there to protect me, and he was with me, even though it wasn't the best outcome of the night. I think he was the one that took care of me, and he was just was able to just be there for me. Because when I had the seizure, I like full on screamed, top of my lungs screamed, and I don't scream. Like, it was like a high pitched scream. I hit, and then I like go forward. I hit my head on the pew in front of us. So then I like face plant into the pew, face plant into the carpet. So I get like carpet burn. So then I'm like all like bloody and all just like I literally, I don't know. When I have a seizure, I like black out. I don't even know what's happening. So like apparently my mom was like throwing chairs to get to me, and like she thought I was just having a seizure, but she didn't see the blood. So she like told everybody it was fine until she actually got to me and she saw the blood, and she's like, dude, we gotta call the cops now. And so then I woke up, and while we were on our way to the ER, I woke up and saw my mom panicking, and I just saw everybody like not in a good mood. So I like opened my eyes for like 2 seconds, and I saw my mom, and I saw that I was in the ER. And then I fell back asleep, and then I probably like 3 or 4 hours later, I woke up in a hospital bed. Yeah, I don't know. I when I tell you I blacked out, I don't even remember like having that. Like I think just having people tell me what happened is how I gained knowledge. Because I literally don't even remember like what happened and how, like because I just woke up with a bloody face and like rashes and all over my face, and it just was not a good sight. So I don't know.
Do you know what causes it?
I don't know. I think when I was younger, I think it was just lack of growing or something. I don't know. And it just like, because it would happen like 50 times a week, like I said, and it would just like bring so much like distress to my mom. And she was like, I don't know what's causing this. So and then I started taking some medicine, which we thought was controlling it, like I said, but it was, it would just kind of fall flat sometimes. Like I don't think I had a seizure until when I was 2, until like I was like 12 or something, because that's when I fell on the pew. And then everything went, was just like, I don't even know what causes it. I think there's like some stereotypes. I think like lights cause it, like bright lights.
Yeah, that's epilepsy.
Yeah, I don't know. I've like gone to like 4 concerts and nothing's happened. So I think if I'm taking my medicine, I have, I don't think I have seizures. It's just, I think like I might not have taken medicine that morning, because I'm supposed to take it morning and night. And I just don't think I took the medicine that morning before I had my mom's recital. And then this past January, actually, no, it was 2 Januaries ago, my senior year in high school, in September, they were thinking about taking me off of like the medicine completely, because they thought it was all gone. So I go from September to January without anything. And they were like, dude, we might be without epilepsy anymore. Because epilepsy is usually one of those conditions that go away as you grow older. But So they thought I kind of reached that phase where I just got left. And then I had, and then in like literally the night before school was about to start up, I had 2, and I almost bit my tongue off. So it was like, yeah, there was a huge hole in my tongue about to fall off, and it just, yeah, it was not fun. Like I like fell off my bed, and then I like hit.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like very.
It is 5:30, 5:28. I don't want to stop you.
Hmm.
I just want you to be
Okay.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and then I don't know. We thought it was out of me, like the epilepsy was out, but it came back January. So instead of me taking no medicine from September to January, they actually upped my like dosage. So I had to, instead of me being done with it, I had to take more medicine. So it definitely wasn't ideal.
Do you think there's a spiritual side to it?
What do you mean?
Like a demonic influence, as you said, the devil struck you.
I don't know. I think it's just kind of happening. I don't know. It's hard to say it's demonic just because of how my family is and how they're so against demonic stuff, and like how they are so prominent Christians that it's just hard to say that it's a demon inside me, like just attacking me. And I don't know.
I guess I want to clarify. It's like, I'm not saying you were possessed or anything.
I mean, I don't think I am. It's just, I think I feel like it's hard to say that they're just targeting me. I don't know. So I think it might just be something wrong with my brain. I don't know.
Wild, dude. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Because it's definitely played an impact on my life. Like, I don't know. Like when I had that, the seizure back in 6th grade, which is the one where I hit my face on the pew. I had to go to school with half of my face like a scab, and it just just like belittles someone to make him feel like he is ugly, I guess. Yeah. And just knowing that you were ugly, and just, I mean, I don't know. I don't really care about looks now, but in middle school, that's like the prime when you're like, dude, I gotta care for my looks. So
middle school.
Yeah,
middle school sucked for everybody.
It definitely felt the worst. Just feeling like I was being judged the whole day, and people were staring at me the whole day. So definitely does not feel good.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
How has that then affected your relationship with Christ?
I think it actually has brought me closer, just because, as I said, he's the one that's keeping me safe during those, and he's the one that's like made sure I've been safe and made sure my family's been safe.
Yeah.
From those attacks, from those seizures.
Good stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Well, we can close up here, yeah?
All right.
Thank you for sharing, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
That's rad. I'm glad the medicine's helping at least.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, like, yeah. I'm glad you're not still doing it 50 times a week, bro. That's scary. I've never.
I don't know. I think I just grew out majority of it. It's just, I think having grand mal seizures, which is the worst one, it's kind of like it was happening 50 times a week, where it was just all like severe. I was turning blue. So I think I've definitely grown out of it, majority of it. I mean, it's still happening today, but it's like kind of controlled. So
yeah.
Cool,
dude. Well, I'm glad God's keeping you around, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely has your hand on you.
Yeah.
Good stuff, dude. So man. I mean, just along with all of us,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got a cool plan in place for you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Do you think, man, this would probably keep going, but do you think you have, like, can you change God's plan for you?
I don't know. I think there is some stuff about predestination, but I also think there is stuff that where you have the choice.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to, like, if it is predestination, it's kind of hard to, like, change what God has in plan for you. But if it's not predestination, you have your choice. I think it's kind of, like, I think you could change God's plan. Like, if I'm thinking about going into cybersecurity, I think God can, like, help me go into ministry or do something else with my life. So I think there is a way that you can change what God has in plan for you.
Mm.
So I think, yeah.
Well, all right. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
I'd love to have you on again and talk more about that. Because I have a lot to say, but it'll take another hour. So this is Nathan Theisen, right? That's how you say your last name?
Nathan Theisen. Yeah.
Theisen. This is Nathan Theisen. He's like a cool guy.
First names alert.
2 first names.
Tyson's a last name.
I feel like Tyson's also a first name.
It's absolutely more of a first name than a last name.
No shot.
I think
not spelt the way.
Yeah, it's not
though.
spelt the same, but it's definitely there's a lot of Tysons out in the world.
Tyson is definitely a first name. How do you spell it?
Theisen.
Yeah, that's a last name.
Yeah. Final remarks, bro. Say
Dude,
some things.
This was so good. Thank you for having me. I love this atmosphere that you brought. I just loved talking to you, dude. It was great.
I try.
Dude,
It's
it was fantastic.
good stuff. Thanks for making it fun, bro. Thanks for being vulnerable. We need more of that in this world.
Yeah.
Especially as believers, I think that's something that helps us stand out is because we have our peace and security in Christ, we can be vulnerable, especially about our hardships in life.
Yeah.
So it's good stuff, dude. All right. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. Cut.
What's up, guys?
Subscribe.
Yes.
Thanks for watching that episode. I hope you really enjoyed. I know we had a fun time making it. Please, if you really want to support us on Patreon, you will be getting the episodes a week ahead of time. So it's definitely worthwhile, or not. Just support us, just support us, please.
We need money. You guys can find us on all the podcast platforms, hopefully. By this point,
you will.
You will.
You will.
So Spotify, Apple,
All of them.
I guess YouTube, but not really,
And YouTube.
And YouTube. So find us there, enjoy it, and if you don't, I will find you.
He found me.
Yeah. Amen.
Save me.
All right.
I think that's kind of it.
Shit. Okay.
All right. Off to Denny's.
That's a damn good. Yeah.